Tensions at Maxton Hall are reaching a fever pitch. Secrets are exploding, alliances are crumbling, and love is being tested like never before. Ruby and James find themselves in the eye of a storm they can't escape, where every choice could change their lives forever. The trailer for episode 6 doesn't just hint at drama. It screams it, showing us that the calm of yesterday is gone, replaced by chaos that threatens to consume everyone at Maxton Hall. Every whisper, every glance, every heartbeat counts, and no one is safe from the consequences that are about to hit like a tidal wave. From the very first seconds of the trailer, the intensity is undeniable. Ruby appears as if she's carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, her eyes darting nervously as though every hallway could hold a new disaster. The rumors that have been building all season are on the verge of breaking open, and Ruby's meticulously constructed world is trembling. The trailer captures that exact moment when fear transforms into panic, as whispers echo through corridors, and students turn their gazes toward her with a mix of judgment and curiosity. Each look feels like an accusation, a reminder that at Maxton Hall, reputation isn't just fragile, it's everything. Ruby's dreams, her aspirations, and the hard work she has poured into her future feel like they're slipping through her fingers, and you can see it in the trembling of her hands, the tight clutch of her books, and the hollow expression in her eyes. James is right there with her, but his presence is complicated. He wants to protect her, shield her from the storm, but every decision he makes seems to add fuel to the fire. The trailer shows glimpses of him pacing, fists clenching, jaw tight, caught between protecting Ruby and navigating the fallout from his own mistakes. For James, this is no longer just about love. It's about survival, about salvaging what remains of the lives they've been trying to build amidst betrayal and chaos. As the trailer unfolds, the camera shifts to show the looming threat of Mortimer, whose quiet, calculating demeanor hints at the destruction he's ready to unleash. It's not just about exposing a secret photo, it's about control, revenge, and watching the world of those who oppose him crumble in slow, deliberate agony. Mortimer's presence is like a shadow over every frame, every character, reminding viewers that at Maxton Hall, the villains aren't always obvious, and the most dangerous forces often operate behind calm, measured eyes. Amidst this, Lydia's subplot intensifies the emotional tension. The trailer captures her struggle as she grapples with a secret she hoped would remain buried, only to find it now in the hands of Elaine, the one person who knows exactly how to exploit it. Lydia's fear is palpable. The trailer lingers on her shaking hands, her uneven breathing, the subtle but devastating realization that her carefully guarded world may be about to collapse. Sutton's attempt to comfort her only highlights how fragile her composure has become. The trailer makes it painfully clear that no amount of reassurance can undo the terror of impending exposure. Every character is at the edge of emotional collapse, and as the trailer moves between their perspectives, the viewer is swept into a maelstrom of suspense, heartbreak, and anticipation. Ruby and James' love story, which has been the heartbeat of the season, is now caught in a web of gossip, revenge, and impossible choices. The trailer doesn't just tease conflict, it immerses you in it, forcing you to feel the panic, the guilt, and the heartbreak, as if you were walking those hallways yourself. By the end of this first section of the trailer, the stakes are clear. Nothing will remain the same. Friendships, loyalties, and hearts are all about to be tested in ways that will leave no one untouched. The tension is unrelenting, and the emotional weight of what's coming is impossible to ignore. The trailer plunges deeper into the storm as Ruby's world begins to crumble in ways that feel almost unbearable. Every frame emphasizes the mounting pressure, the whispers turning into a roar that surrounds her from every angle. Ruby isn't just facing rumors. She's facing the possibility that everything she has fought for, every ounce of effort, every late night spent working toward her Oxford dream could be undone in an instant. Her eyes are wide, trembling, reflecting not only fear, but disbelief. How did it come to this? How did a moment meant to be private become the fulcrum for chaos that now threatens to topple her life? And while Ruby is trying to stay composed, James is spiraling in his own way. The trailer shows him caught in moments of frustration and desperation, trying to find a solution that doesn't exist. Every step he takes seems to pull him deeper into the storm rather than away from it. His love for Ruby is undeniable, but so is the pressure of the world around them. The trailer captures a glimpse of him arguing, not with anger, but with fear and guilt, trying to navigate impossible choices that could hurt the people he loves the most. And the shadow of Mortimer looms over it all, his calculated stare reminding us that chaos doesn't happen by accident. Every glance, every smirk, every quiet moment he spends planning is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode in the hearts and lives of those around him. Meanwhile, Lydia's turmoil escalates. Elaine's manipulation is subtle, yet terrifyingly effective. The trailer shows her cornering Lydia in moments that feel almost claustrophobic. Lydia's hands shake, her breaths come in uneven gasps, and her eyes dart toward the one person she hopes will save her from this nightmare, Sutton. But even Sutton, usually the rock of reason and strength, is shown cracking under the weight of protecting Lydia while managing the fallout of the secrets that surround them both. The trailer doesn't just hint at tension, it forces it onto the screen with every heartbeat, every hurried step, every whispered word dripping with menace. Elaine isn't just a threat, she's the catalyst for disaster, moving her pieces with precision, enjoying the panic that spreads like wildfire through the hallways. And yet, amidst all this turmoil, there are glimpses of connection. Ruby and Lydia, both on the brink of collapse for different reasons, find moments where their shared pain brings them together. The trailer captures the raw humanity in those scenes, the way two people facing their breaking points can find comfort in simply being seen, being understood, even if only for a fleeting moment. But those moments are brief, fragile, and fleeting. Because the trailer makes it abundantly clear, Maxton Hall does not allow respite. Every calm is temporary. Every connection threatened by the looming shadow of betrayal. The tension ratchets higher when the trailer cuts to James being confronted by the consequences of choices he didn't fully understand he was making. His face tells the story more eloquently than any words could. The terror of realizing that love alone cannot protect the people he cares about, that sacrifice may be inevitable. Ruby's fear, James's guilt, Lydia's terror, Sutton's desperation, and Elaine's sinister control all converge to create a symphony of suspense that leaves viewers on edge. Nothing feels safe, nothing predictable, and the trailer makes it painfully obvious that this episode will demand emotional endurance from every character and every viewer. By the midpoint of the trailer, the stakes are no longer just high, they are crushing. Every glance, every whispered secret, every frustrated shout is a reminder that Maxton Hall isn't just a school. It's a battleground of hearts, a place where love and ambition clash violently with envy, manipulation, and revenge. Episode 6 promises heartbreak, betrayal, and choices that will reverberate far beyond the walls of Maxton Hall. The emotional tension is relentless, and the trailer refuses to let the audience breathe, driving home the terrifying reality that when secrets explode, no one walks away unchanged. The trailer now turns the spotlight back to Ruby, and it's impossible to ignore the crushing weight of what she's facing. The whispers in the hallways have escalated into outright stares, and every glance feels like a verdict being passed on her very existence. Ruby's fear is no longer just about a scandal, it's about losing control of the life she has been meticulously building. The trailer captures her clutching her books tightly, moving cautiously through the hall as though every step could trigger another disaster. Her once confident posture is gone, replaced by hesitation and exhaustion. And behind every moment of vulnerability is James, desperately trying to pick up the pieces. But with each attempt, the chaos only grows. The trailer shows him in fleeting, frantic shots, running through hallways, slamming doors, gripping his hair, trying to fix a situation that seems increasingly unfixable. His love for Ruby is undeniable, but love alone cannot shield them from the storm Mortimer and Elaine are orchestrating. Mortimer's presence looms like a silent predator, every calculated look and measured movement radiating threat. The trailer captures him in scenes where he appears to be steps ahead, silently orchestrating turmoil, making it clear that he isn't just a character in this drama, he is the storm itself. Meanwhile, Lydia's situation is spiraling into unprecedented terror. Elaine's manipulation is methodical and chilling, and the trailer emphasizes how powerless Lydia feels. Her body language, the shaking of her hands, the uneven gasps of breath, all signal that the emotional pressure she is under is nearing a breaking point. Sutton, who has always been the voice of reason and protection, is shown faltering. His attempts to calm Lydia are met with fear and resistance, highlighting the raw tension of a man realizing he cannot control the chaos around him. There's a shot of Sutton clenching his fists, jaw tight, eyes betraying his desperation. The trailer juxtaposes these moments with brief glimpses of Ruby and Lydia leaning on each other, crying silently. Those moments of connection are brief, almost haunting in their fragility, but they emphasize the emotional stakes. These are two young women facing crises they did not choose, and yet they are finding solidarity in each other's pain. But the trailer refuses to let comfort linger. There's a shift, sudden, sharp, jarring, where James is shown being confronted by Elaine. Her cold, measured smirk and whispered threats indicate she holds all the power. The trailer doesn't give away her words, but the tension is palpable. Every gesture, every pause is filled with menace. James, normally composed and calculated, looks uncharacteristically lost. His usually confident demeanor cracks under the pressure, and the trailer captures the torment in his eyes as he realizes that protecting Ruby might come at the cost of Lydia, and vice versa. The chaos doesn't stop with just the main four. The trailer shows the ripple effects of these secrets hitting the broader school. Rumors spread like wildfire, reactions flare up from students and staff alike, and the sense of impending collapse is almost tangible. There's an almost suffocating atmosphere to these scenes, as though the walls of Maxton Hall themselves are closing in on everyone inside. The tension is relentless, and the trailer ensures that viewers feel it with every frame. And yet, beneath all the fear, frustration, and despair, there's an undercurrent of desperation and resilience. Ruby, James, Lydia, and Sutton may be pushed to their limits, but the trailer makes it clear that they are not yet defeated. Every tear, every shout, every frantic glance contributes to a growing sense of anticipation, because when episode 6 finally drops, the explosion of consequences is going to hit with unrelenting force. The trailer ends this section on a note that's both terrifying and compelling, showing the emotional unraveling of each character while leaving viewers desperate to know who will survive the fallout, who will fracture under the weight, and who might finally find a moment of clarity amidst the chaos. Every heartbeat, every reaction, every whispered threat converges to set the stage for what promises to be the most intense, emotionally charged episode of Maxton Hall yet. The trailer now plunges even deeper into the emotional chaos, and the weight of impending disaster becomes impossible to ignore. Ruby is no longer just facing whispers and stares. She's confronting the tangible consequences of a world determined to tear her apart. Every step through the hallways, every glance from her classmates feels like judgment passed without mercy. The trailer lingers on her expressions, capturing the vulnerability behind her usually composed demeanor. Her fear is now intertwined with heartbreak, exhaustion, and a sense of helplessness that makes every viewer's chest tighten. Meanwhile, James is caught in the center of an impossible storm. The trailer shows fleeting glimpses of him trying to navigate through Mortimer's cold, calculated schemes while simultaneously attempting to shield Ruby from the fallout. The frustration and desperation on his face are heart-wrenching. There's a fleeting moment where James grips his hair as if physically trying to hold himself together, only to realize that some forces are beyond control. Mortimer's silent menace dominates the screen in those moments, a reminder that chaos does not negotiate. Lydia's world, already on the brink, shatters further as Elaine continues her manipulative assault. The trailer emphasizes how powerless Lydia feels, despite Sutton's attempts to offer protection. There are brief, haunting shots of her shaking, her hands trembling as she tries to breathe, clutching at the sink, at herself, at anything that might anchor her sanity. Sutton, normally steady and composed, is now visibly breaking under the weight of protecting Lydia and managing his own emotional turmoil. His desperation is raw, his frustration palpable. He slams doors, clenches his fists, and exhales in a way that signals the storm within mirrors the storm outside. Yet, amidst all this chaos, the trailer doesn't shy away from showing moments of raw human connection. Ruby and Lydia share fleeting instances of solace, leaning on each other, their tears silent but electric in their intensity. These moments highlight the emotional stakes. These characters are facing crises that extend beyond rumors and secrets. They are confronting the potential destruction of everything they hold dear. Elaine's presence, in contrast, is chillingly calm. The trailer captures her smirking as she watches the turmoil unfold, her satisfaction palpable. She is the embodiment of calculated cruelty, a reminder that at Maxton Hall, not all battles are fought with words, and not all wounds are visible. The trailer then shifts focus, capturing a crucial moment where James is cornered. His usual confidence is gone, replaced by panic and helplessness as he realizes that protecting Ruby may come at the cost of Lydia's safety, or vice versa. The tension in his eyes, the subtle quiver in his jaw, the way he glances around for a solution that does not exist, all combine to make this moment heart-stopping. Ruby, meanwhile, is being forced to confront a world that sees her not as a person, but as a scandal, a headline, a cautionary tale. The trailer captures her tear-streaked face, the exhaustion in her posture, and the fleeting moments of defiance as she tries to reclaim even a fragment of control. Every frame screams the stakes. Her future, her dreams, her very identity are hanging by a thread. And Lydia, who has been trying to navigate her secret pregnancy, is now facing the possibility that the truth may be revealed in the cruelest, most public way possible. Elaine's manipulation, Mortimer's schemes, and the relentless gossip have created a perfect storm, and the trailer doesn't let us forget it. Sutton's attempts to stabilize the situation, though valiant, feel increasingly futile. Every effort to comfort Lydia, to shield her, to prevent the chaos from spreading, is met with resistance, fear, and heartbreak. The trailer's pacing accelerates, shifting from one tense, heartbreaking moment to another. Shouts, hurried footsteps, slammed doors, and desperate whispers intermingle to create an almost suffocating atmosphere. The trailer makes it abundantly clear that in episode 6, there will be no easy resolutions. No one walks away unscathed. Friendships will fracture, loyalties will be tested, and hearts will break. The emotional weight is relentless, pushing every character to their limits. By the end of this section of the trailer, it's evident that love alone cannot save them. Ruby and James's bond, Lydia and Sutton's struggle, the looming threats of Elaine and Mortimer, all converge to set the stage for an episode that promises heartbreak, betrayal, and choices that will leave scars long after the screen goes dark. The trailer doesn't just hint at chaos, it immerses viewers in it, ensuring that every heartbeat, every glance, every whisper carries the weight of what's about to unfold. The trailer reaches its most intense moments, and the chaos at Maxton Hall becomes almost unbearable to watch. Ruby, James, Lydia, and Sutton are all pushed to the absolute brink, and every glance, every movement, every whispered threat carries the weight of impending disaster. Ruby's fear has morphed into desperation. The trailer shows her standing alone in the hallway, her posture rigid but trembling, her eyes wide as she faces the judgmental stares of her peers. Every step feels like walking on shards of glass, each whisper cutting deeper than the last. The scandal surrounding her is no longer a rumor, it's a public spectacle, and the trailer emphasizes the unbearable pressure she is under. James, meanwhile, is caught in a storm of guilt and helplessness. His frantic movements, the desperate pacing, and the moments where he slams his fists against walls are visual representations of a heart torn between love and responsibility. He wants to protect Ruby, but every move he makes seems to worsen the chaos, leaving him paralyzed by the impossible choices he faces. Mortimer's silent menace looms over every scene, his cold, calculating gaze a constant reminder that some disasters are meticulously orchestrated, not accidental. His presence transforms every moment into a high-stakes game where one wrong step could destroy everything. Lydia's situation becomes even more heart-wrenching as Elaine's manipulations tighten like a noose. The trailer captures Lydia clutching her stomach, her breath coming in sharp, uneven gasps as she realizes her secret may be exposed in the cruelest possible way. Sutton tries to intervene, to offer comfort and protection, but the trailer makes it clear that some forces are beyond his control. The desperation on his face, the way he reaches out only to be rebuffed, underscores the emotional gravity of the situation. The trailer heightens the suspense by showing moments of raw vulnerability. Ruby and Lydia sitting together, tears streaming down their faces, leaning on each other as if the only support they can find is in each other. Those fleeting moments of solidarity are both beautiful and haunting, highlighting the emotional stakes at the center of this episode. Elaine's cold, triumphant demeanor contrasts sharply with the fear and desperation surrounding her. Every smirk, every subtle gesture, every calculated move signals that she is fully aware of the chaos she is creating and is reveling in it. The trailer's pacing accelerates further, with rapid cuts showing frantic running, shouting, slammed doors, and intense confrontations. The emotional tension is almost suffocating, and the stakes have never felt higher. The climax of the trailer hammers home the reality that Maxton Hall is no longer just a school. It's a battlefield of hearts and ambitions, where love, loyalty, and dreams are all on the line. Ruby and James's love story, which has been the beating heart of the season, faces its greatest test yet. Lydia and Sutton must navigate betrayal, secrecy, and fear, and Elaine and Mortimer's manipulations push everyone to their breaking points. The trailer leaves no doubt. Episode 6 will be a storm that hits with unrelenting force. By the final seconds, the tension is almost unbearable. Each character's desperation, heartbreak, and vulnerability are laid bare, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats, hearts pounding, unable to predict who will survive the fallout or who will emerge irreparably changed. The trailer ends with a chilling promise. Nothing will be the same after Episode 6. Friendships will fracture, loyalties will be questioned, hearts will break, and the consequences of love, betrayal, and ambition will reverberate through every corner of Maxton Hall. This is not just a finale. It is the emotional explosion the season has been building toward, a storm that will leave viewers breathless, haunted, and desperate for more.